Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation podcast. I'm your host, Jake Gill. Today, we're with Mark McKee. He's from the Kansas City Monarchs baseball program, CEO, has his hands in a little bit of everything. Mark, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Great, Jake. How you doing?
Mark, give us a little background on you. Educate us as to where you were born, a little bit about your life, and then talk about your career.
Absolutely. So from Kansas City, grew up here, went to high school, went to University of Kansas, got in the pizza business when I was in college with a little business called Pyramid Pizza, and did my first concert at KU with Huey Lewis back when I was a sophomore. So been in the music business kind of on and off over the years. I joined Mark Brandmeier when he bought the team, the Kansas City Monarch. Well, it was the T-Bones at the time. And then we got hit with COVID. And so we took a season off, which half our league did, and rebranded as the Kansas City Monarchs, approached the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum and got that going. So that was really exciting. Won our championship the first year. And but we're in the entertainment business, and a big part of that in managing the stadium is creating events, music, other kinds of really fun festival type events. And so here we are 3 years in. We got a real full slate this summer.
Yeah, so Mark, was the idea of using the stadium for other things than baseball, was that always a part of the plan, or is that something that evolved after COVID?
You know, it really was right out of the gate part of our vision to do that. It's a big venue, and we have 50 home games, and really to make it financially viable, you've got to keep this thing busy. And so we've worked with the unified government to make that happen, and been producing these events. We got a lot of fun stuff out here. Love to have you out here to play yourself one of these times, Jake.
Absolutely, absolutely. What is some of the challenges as a baseball park having musical events?
Sure. Well, it's a 20-year-old stadium, so that gives us our own set of challenges. We've been in the process of doing lots of improvements to the kind of the infrastructure and so on. We brought on a guy named Jay Hendricks, who was with the Royals for 18 years, and we really let Jay and Joe Calfapietro, our manager of the baseball, focus on the baseball side.
Sure.
And we focus on just about everything else. But it's a great building. It's got good bones. We're in this whole Legends area out here. West Village area is highly populated, about 12 million people a year. Of course, the racetracks out here, Children's Mercy Park. And so it's really nice. It really lends itself well to these events, these other non-baseball events.
I've always thought a baseball stadium was ideal for a concert because it does wrap around the center. I mean, everybody's focused on the field. Now, what about your turf team? How do they feel about having concerts out there?
It's interesting. We have natural grass right now, and we will eventually move to artificial turf, which some players like, some don't. But it will allow us to do more events, flip the field over, not have damage to the field that we will get. I mean, our Tacos and Tequila Festival last year, lots of tequila fell on the field, and of course, tequila and grass don't mix. So
right,
makes you wonder what it does to your gut.
Oh no, I think we all know. I just had a buddy the other day was showing me some research studies, and not to get into politics or anything, but the embalming process used to happen within 48 hours after a death, and now our bodies are so well preserved from our diets that they can wait much longer to do that. It's interesting. That's
a nice thought.
Oh, I don't even know how you got me on that. But okay, so a number of festivals and events this year. I always ask, let's talk about your Country Roots Festival. To the listener that's never been to your park, what are they going to see? What are they going to smell, meaning food, and what are they going to hear?
Right. And yeah, so Country Roots is an event that Social House is actually running. They own this show. And so in this particular scenario, we're kind of providing the stadium, and it's going to be, I mean, they got a great lineup: Chris Young, Trace Atkins, Clay Walker, Gabby Barrett, Jody Messina, Lone Star. So it's a great lineup. It'll very much have a festival type of field, lots of craft beers and craft cocktails, outside food vendors. We'll have our own food concessions going on. People will be allowed to, be in the bowl area, or we've got a whole set of suites and a club level, but we also have the field, and so you can get right down there close to the acts and so on. So it's going to be a great, great day. We're excited. This will be our first country concert that we've done here at Legends Field since we took it over.
All right. And then we got tacos and tequila. Talk a couple of other events that you've got throughout the year.
Sure. And it's fun because we actually start out the year with the Savannah Bananas, which is not a music event. Are you familiar with those guys?
I follow them on TikTok very well. Yes, sir.
like a lot of people. So yeah, well, that's going to be a lot of fun. They're kind of the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, but that's going to be in May. And then we're doing actually a Los Monarchs Festival Latino, a Memorial weekend where we're bringing Los Lonely Boys. And so we'll be announcing that this week. So that's kind of fun. A little preview there. But the June 16th and 17th, we've got two concerts, back-to-back nights, the Phase Fest and then the Tacos and Tequila Festival. So Phase Fest is Friday night, and that's with All American Rejects, Plain White Tees, red jumpsuit apparatus, story of the year. So kind of a throwback, 90s, 2000s. And we call it not just a Phase Fest, right?
Yeah.
And tacos and tequila. This will be our third year for this, and it's grown every year. We sold it out every year. We just continue to kind of move the stage back, and we expect to sell it out this year. We've got Florida, which will be fun. Lil Jon, Fat Joe, Ja Rule,
Yep.
Paul Wall, Mike Jones, and then we flank that with, we'll have entire flights of margaritas, handcrafted margaritas. We'll have Mexican restaurants and food trucks from all over the Kansas City area. Lucha Libre Wrestling, which is a gas if you've never seen that before. We have a Chihuahua beauty contest.
Oh my gosh.
It's a full day and it's so much fun. And so it's going to be a busy, fun weekend here at Legends Field that year.
Mark, not as a CEO, not only is this important for your organization to keep your facility alive during the non-baseball times, but like obviously this is something you enjoy, or you wouldn't invest so much time and so much energy and take the risk of tequila on your grass. So what is it in you that drives you to provide these different events for people to come out and enjoy?
Yeah, well, personally, I've been doing it one way or another since I was in high school, doing keggers on weekends, right? It's providing an environment where people can come and have a great time and have a memorable time, so they when they leave, they talk about it and they want to come back again. Yeah. So we're all about trying to deliver a really great fan experience, no matter what the event is. And so, in order to do that, it takes an entire team of people out here and the right attitude, the right planning in advance, the right marketing. And, and you just try to get better at it every time you do an event and learn from your mistakes and keep growing.
Sure. So you mentioned high school and college and throwing parties and stuff like that. When did you decide that your role in life was to host the party? Like when did that grab you?
Probably before I could legally drink beer, when I was a sophomore in high school, but we did anyway.
Did your parents always have people over? Were they always the host of the party?
No, I think my buddies and I would do parties out at lakes, and then kind of out in the country, keggers. That's what they called them back then.
Right.
I went to Shawnee Mission South High School, and we'd have keggers and stuff, and then they just kept getting a little bit bigger. And in my senior year in high school, I did something called a toga party.
Right.
Graduating class of South and East, and we had about 1,000 people show up in togas out at the Saddle and Sirloin. And I think I made $3,000 profit, but I had $5,000 in damages.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure.
Paying that off my freshman year in college. But so you kind of keep growing them from there.
Yeah, it's a great way to make friends really, really fast.
Yeah.
To go through there. Mark, I always ask these two questions at every interview because I am in live music and live entertainment. What's the best concert you've ever seen?
Oh, God. You know what? Probably I was at Sandstone. I'm going to take that back a second. This was a small concert and it was in a small room in Los Angeles. And it was after the Jimmy Kimmel show. We were there for an event, and we were invited back. And it was a duet with Joe Cocker and Huey Lewis for about 45 minutes in a room of about 60 people. That was pretty amazing. A year before Joe Cocker passed away.
Man, that's cool. That's very cool. Okay, you can fill your stadium with one musical act, dead or alive. Who you bringing to Monarchs baseball?
You know, I wouldn't mind bringing the Eagles here, but you know, they might require a little bit larger venue.
It could just be an intimate thing. You just never know.
It could be, you know.
Absolutely. Mark, we're adding a new segment to the program this week. You get to ask me any question you want. What's a question you would ask me?
Well, okay, so you kind of pivoted on your career since you made it on a national TV, you know. So tell me, you know, what you like about live performance.
Well, I think just listening to you really described for me what it is. It's creating moments, and I think the point in time in my career when I realized that it wasn't about a major record label deal. It wasn't about fans. It wasn't about notoriety. It was simply about creating those moments that will last in people's memories. You really hit it on the head for me. And the moment that I went from singing on a stage to interacting and talking with the audience and really learning what they're there for, what they want, what they expect, and then how to make it memorable for them and make it about them. That's really when it came to fruition for me. And so that's a great question.
Good for you, man. Well, you got to keep going for it. And again, we'd love to have you play here with us one of these times.
Absolutely. Mark, how do people find out more about what's going on with the KC Monarchs?
Sure, absolutely. Well, you can go to monarchsbaseball.com. Okay. And from there you can get to the different concerts, but you could also go to like kctacosandtequila.com. You can Google any of that, and you'll find out more information and the times and the tickets and everything like that. And but we encourage everybody to come out and check out a Monarchs baseball game or any of the other events that we have out here. We got a pretty full schedule of things that are happening, not just during the summer, but this next fall and winter. We're looking at doing a fall festival and a Christmas holiday special. So lots of really cool stuff going on out here.
I love the innovation, Mark. Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it, Mark.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you.
Hey, you're welcome.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle